Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for the Gnome Dies Gnome Face Add Ons 2 assembly video. Hey, so I'm using the new Gnome Dies Gnome Face Add Ons 2, along with our Gnome Dies from Jaded Blossom and the Gnome Faces stamp set. So first I cut this die out of paper tray, or of American Crafts black cardstock. It doesn't matter, it doesn't show. This is just a base. Use whatever color you want. Next, this hat, I used Photoplay's 12-inch Kringle and Co paper for the hats. You know, but you could use anything. This is American Crafts gray cardstock. It lines up perfectly underneath the hat. Now, the hats are that come from the original gnome set. Okay, the feet come from the original gnome set. I used P13 stamping pad skin tones and Stampin' Up! Dimensionals to pop those guys up. Remember, the P13 stamping pad skin tones come, you can get that from the Jaded Blossom store. Next, the face lines up perfectly with the bottom of the hat. And I kind of thought it would have been smart to add some color to the lips first. So that's why I used a Post-it there, but next time I'll add it on first. And then I'm adding some chalk to the lips and the cheeks. Okay, this is optional. Next, I'm adding the mustache on. It goes right above the lips, right? See, so the lip is sort of showing. Now you've got a little tiny nose there. And I'm going to add that with some glue. That's also P13 stamping pad skin tones. There we are. You've got some neat little eyebrows cut from that American Crafts gray cardstock again. It's got a bit of a texture. Adding that with some Barely Art glue. And all my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Empress machine. You know, all the normal stuff. Stampin' Up! Pad that I work on. Reverse tweezers, you know, all that jazz. Now, you can add the little die cut eyes out of black, right? I'm using my Studio Catty embellishment wand. Or you can add the whites of the eyes with the black. There we go. Sort of line things up like that. Whatever you want to do. Okay, so there he is. Next, I'm going to put together this guy, but I'm going to be using the Gnome Face stamps. So I'm adding his little hat on. That's that same Photoplay 12-inch Kringle and Co. Remember, you could use anything for the hat. And remember, the hat comes from the original gnome dies. Next, the beard. This is American Crafts brown cardstock this time. And then that lines up with the hat. You know, so just got to make sure it's lined up. Next, I'm adding on the chalk first before I put the face down. Remember, the face is cut from that P13 stamping pad skin tones from the Jaded Blossom store. I'm just adding on the chalk. There we go. And I'm going to glue that down with some Barely Art glue, lining it up with the hat. Goes right in the center. There we are. Okay, so next, I'm using my Misty to stamp the eyes. And there's two eyes that are just by themselves here, which work perfectly. But I've decided, oops, I got to put my mustache where I want it to be first so I can decide where my eyes are going to line up. And I realize Leanne just glued that mustache down. It makes things easier. So I'm going to glue it down. Now, obviously, I could have freehand stamped the eyes, but, you know, I really didn't want to screw up the face at this point. So that's why I love to use my Misty. I'm going to add the nose as well, since you might as well, right? Get the face all on, and then stamp his little eyes. So I'm just lining his eyes up where I want them. And like I said, I'm going to use Versafine Clair Nocturne ink. There we go. And that is my little gnome. Super cute, right? I'm going to add his little brown eyebrows with that American Crafts brown cardstock again. There we go. Adding that last one on. So this is a really easy gnome to put together. Remember, all of the accessories work with this gnome. Just a different look. This is kind of more of an old-fashioned looking gnome, right? And now I'm going to pop up his little feet again. Remember, the feet come from the original gnome dies. And I'm adding those with my reverse tweezers. And there he is. And there's it. And I didn't glue his eyes on there yet. I decided that I'm going to do that while while I have you on the video. We'll actually add his eyes. Had his eyeballs flying all over the place, right? It's kind of disturbing. There we go. And I'm using a Sakura white jelly roll pen and a number 10. And I'm going to add some highlights to those eyes so they don't look so flat and dead looking, although they are gnomes, but you know what I mean. And I do add some freckles in the picture at the end. You can check it out, but those are the gnomes, and that's on an A2 size card front. You can fit 2 the other way. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog. Be inspired by the team. The Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks as always for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. Make sure to come back and watch some more soon. Bye, everybody.